Hey guys! So today's tip for you is to go out and buy a bunch of sketchbooks. I highly recommend doing this. For my many years of painting and creating, I have doodled everywhere from computer paper to spiral notebooks, and then I finally realized it's so nice to kind of house everything, all of your great ideas and inspiration in one place. So I've certainly gone through many sketchbooks, but I recommend you guys get a couple different kinds depending on what you're working on. So when you're looking for a sketchbook, there's a few things I recommend. Size doesn't matter, it really depends what you like. If you want something portable and small, or if you want to go, much bigger with your work, and they get huge. You can do full-size pieces in your books. But what I like about these, aside from being portable, is they're great for studies. So if you watch my other video on creating a study before committing to a larger piece, essentially what a study is just a little mini sample that you can look at and sort of sit with before you commit to a larger painting. So definitely recommend having a small one for doing that. But look for a couple different things. You're going to want to make sure it's quality paper, acid-free, which most of them are. If you're going for something that you can do, pencil, Sharpie, graphite, markers, that sort of thing, you can go for like a mixed media paper. And on the bottom, it's going to show you how many sheets you have, but it's also going to show you the weight. And the thicker the weight, the higher quality paper, the thicker it's going to be. And I wouldn't recommend doing watercolor in these because the paper is thinner and it's more likely to tear or to warp and just not hold up as well. So if you're going to do watercolor, but you want to do some like sample sketches and watercolors, or throw a little bit of like watercolor pencil down or something like that, I would opt for one of these. They come in all sizes, but definitely want to invest in a better quality paper so that it's going to hold up for you. So these are 140 pounds. I like that. It's a good starting weight. This is what I had a lot of my students work on when I had my art school. So definitely recommend buying a few. If you look at different retailers, several times a year they'll do like buy one get one free. Yesterday they had that going on, so I stocked up. I bought like 10 so that I'd have some and my son would have some. But it's nice to have one place to house all of your ideas and your inspiration. So if you're getting ready to do a painting, you can kind of flip through and say, "Ooh, I like that," and go back to it. But please don't do like awesome sketches on crummy materials, because I've made that mistake, and I've done some really beautiful drawings on like my dad's printer paper when I was a kid, and it just doesn't hold up. It's not going to last for you. So buy a few quality products up front, and it's going to be really nice later. And especially if you put a lot of detail and work into them, you can certainly go out and frame these too. So if you are going to frame them, and if they're going to be more than just like samples for you, there's a couple things to keep in mind. If you look at a book like this, it's got the spiral. It doesn't have a perforation, so you want to be careful when you tear it out or when you cut it out to do so carefully and thoughtfully. Whereas some of these, like this one, has the spiral, but it's got a perforation, so it's got a place to tear. It'll keep that line really clean. So just something to think about. But again, the main things, size doesn't matter, but you're going to want to look for mixed media if you're doing sketches, drawings, that sort of thing. And you're going to want to look for watercolor paper if you're going to get it wet in any way. And of course, acid-free, and just look for a really good deal and go have fun. So have fun creating.